This could be one of the biggest weeks we've seen for the financial markets in a while. We have reports that Iran has issued another warning over the Strait of Hormuz, while at the same time we're heading into CPI and PPI inflation data. When you combine geopolitical uncertainty with major economic news, volatility can explode, and that's exactly why traders need to pay attention. Welcome back everyone, and if you're new here, my name is Dylan, and on this channel I break down the markets using technical analysis, macro events, and exact process how I track my trades or TMT to plan and review my trade. Today's video is about predicting the news. It's about understanding how the market could react where the opportunity may be. Right, so I want to show you guys something that I found. There's a whole if you go on Twitter, there's a whole bunch of stuff about the Iran war, and over the last few hours, reports have circulated that Iran has once again warned the United States regarding the Strait of Hormuz, whether the situation escalates or not. Right, headlines like this matter because markets hate uncertainty. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the most important shipping routes in the world, with significant share of global oil exports moving through every day. If traders begin pricing in the possibility of disruptions, we can quickly see increased volatility across oil, inflation expectations, and stocks, and even crypto. The most important thing isn't reacting emotionally to every headline, it's understanding where the capital tends to flow when uncertainty increases. So why does this matter for crypto? A lot of crypto traders ignore macro news because they believe Bitcoin trades independently. The reality is that crypto has become heavily influenced by global liquidity and interest rates, inflation, and investor sentiment, right? So when uncertainty rises, traders often reduce exposure to high-risk assets first. That doesn't automatically mean Bitcoin has to fall, but it does mean volatility tends to increase. If we combine geopolitical tensions with important inflation data this week, we could see some aggressive moves across the crypto market, right? So I want to speak about, we're going to the charts because obviously CPI did come out, right? And I'll speak about it in just a sec. But if we look at the data, it came out lower than expected. All the data, right? So what does that mean? It basically means that think about it, right? So if the actual is greater than the forecast, then it's actually bullish for the dollar. So if we go to the dollars chart, you'll see that it actually decreased quite a lot today, right? But if we go to the crypto chart, we will see that price actually moved higher. We also have PPI tomorrow, which is producer price index, and it's also the same type of data. But essentially, you want to see, in terms of crypto going higher, you want to see negative results, right? But the thing is, with the uncertainty of this, the war and everything happening, it doesn't help the fact, even if we're getting positive data news, it could be a liquidity flush to the upside to grab liquidity and for price to come low. And we're going to go over crypto in just a bit, and I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at. But have a look at this, guys. Massive week today and this week. So keep an eye on that for tomorrow. And if inflation comes in harder than expected, markets begin pricing in more cautious Federal Reserve, right? So that could strengthen US dollar and create pressure on risk assets like crypto and equities. So if inflation surprises to the downside and says we could see risk assets rally, and as traders are more supported in the environment, right? So we've explained that, and I want to speak about Bitcoin. And you can see we did have quite a nice push to the upside from that inflation news, but you can see price wasn't being able to trade above this previous high, right? But if we look at the daily time frame, something to watch out here is we come into the 55-day moving average. We're also coming to a massive fair value gap on the daily time frame, right? That's one thing. Then if you guys watch my channel, I don't like to use indicators or anything like that. But if we do look at the RSI, we can have a look and see that we are forming quite a big bearish divergence, right? So what does that mean? It means that RSI strength is going up, but price is showing weakness to the downside, right? So it means that there is a potential for a reversal back to the downside within this region, right? And what I'm looking at is potentially at this current price for Bitcoin, we might see a reversal. I did enter a short today for Ethereum. I posted the link. I posted the short in the channel, so make sure you guys go check that. But we are at a key level here for Bitcoin, and there's a good chance that we might get a reaction from this zone. So would I blindly enter the short? Probably not. But is there a possibility for price to come down? Definitely, right? So just be careful of this zone over here. If we see a rejection throughout this level, we may see price move lower. So Bitcoin's looking a little bit weak, and you can see that there's a high chance that we might come a bit lower on the chart. Okay, we also have unfilled gaps below us at like 45k. We've broken structure to the downside over here at 60k. You can see by this previous low, we are at 64 now. We are retracing, but we still have this massive unfilled gap over here that we can even move a little bit higher. So Bitcoin's looking a little bit different, right? And then let's have a look at Ethereum as well. Let me jump into that in just a sec. All right, let's move in. Let's move into it. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys are looking at this week in terms of crypto, if you guys are buying any tokens. So the daily time frame, we had ETH actually forming a bullish, no, it wasn't bullish divergence, no. Nothing really happening here for ETH. We are getting a reaction, broke structure to the downside. We did find support at this level over here. But Bitcoin's looking a lot more, Ethereum's looking a lot better than Bitcoin. We are breaking above this previous level. We do have this massive FEG over here where I'll be looking to take another short. So I've entered a short at this high over here, and then I'm going to enter another short at this level and combine them together to take out previous liquidity to the downside, right? So there is a good chance that Ethereum does actually come down here on the daily. Yeah, you can see this. There's a bearish divergence over here. We had price move down on the 4 hour. We just closed the 4 hour candle right now. There's a good chance that this is a lot of people are going to start looking at longs, and the problem is when the whole market starts reacting like this to the upside, everyone starts getting bullish again. You'll start to see Twitter, you'll be like, oh, CPI came in so hard, blah blah blah. But then you have so much geopolitical uncertainty that the market actually flushes back down. So just be careful if you are entering in fresh longs. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, and then one thing, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you check in the description. We use track my trades AI, and basically it shows you all of your trades that you've taken on your exchange that you choose. So I've been trading on BitConnect, haven't synced it in a while, but you must sync it, and then it will show you all your trades, and then your trade calculator, your strategies, analytics. There's a whole video tutorial on literally every section on how to actually use track my trades. So make sure you guys check it out if you go into my channel. But we'll see what happens over here. I'm looking for potential short from this zone between 1957 and 1894. So we'll see what happens. But overall, still looking at some bearish news, right? But overall, I think that this could be one of the biggest trading weeks we've seen recently. Because think about it, right? We've had, let me just chat to you guys quickly. We've had geopolitical headlines creating uncertainty. We've just got CPI. Tomorrow we have PPI. And we already know how the market tends to react to make some of these biggest moves when multiple catalysts line up at the same time, right? So don't rush into trades. Wait for confirmation. Stick to your plan and let the market come to you, right? So that's what I'm saying for ETH, for example, right? If we go back for Ethereum, wait for price to tap the zone before you actually look at shorts, right? So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, wait for the confirmation. Stick to your plan. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments whether you think Bitcoin moves higher or lower after PPI tomorrow. And I'll be covering the reaction and posting my trade ideas throughout the week. So hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.